Hello and welcome back to Minecraft Across the Versions, the series where we explore Minecraft development history. We'll be picking up an alpha version 1.0.15. It's a very small update. Lava now spreads fire. Yay. Version 1.0.16 introduced some multiplayer commands, but that's not why I mentioned this one. There is a bug here. If you place a sign on a cactus, the game crashes. Beautiful. But also in a patch to this version 1.0.16_02, we get the first sighting of the legend himself, Herobrine. More on him in a special future episode. Version 1.0.17, which was Secret Friday 8, added fences and spider jockeys. Version 1.1.0, Secret Friday 9, would be the last of the Secret Friday updates. We received the compass. Lava buckets can now be used as fuel, and they smelt 100 items per bucket. Although, this would, unless you went into the Nether and just drained an entire lake, this is kind of not super useful. Because you can, to this day, you can't stack lava buckets, so it takes up a lot of inventory space. However, it will become very useful many updates from now, and, we'll see what that is. Version 1.1.1 would be the first Secret Saturday update, and also, well, it was the first and last. It was the last of the secret updates in general, so that's kind of sad. This update brought one of the greatest quality of life features, sneaking, as well as sliders for music and sounds. We did get some more paintings and the fishing rod, which it's initially stackable, but it doesn't do anything, so it's just useless. But with alpha version 1.2.0, things would get a little spooky. The Halloween update brings us to a new evil dimension, the Nether. Additions here are as follows, besides the dimension. Netherrack, soul sand, glowstone, carved pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns, clocks, glowstone dust, and the original blue fish. And fishing is now functional in this version. We also got the first mobs for the Nether, which were the Ghast, the zombie pigman, and we almost got the pigman. The pigman was going to be a hired bodyguard you could give armor and weapons to, but was just scrapped pretty early on. Far as I can tell, they don't seem to exist in any of the provided versions in the launcher, but they would eventually be reworked into the piglins many versions in the future. Skeletons now actually hold their bows correctly, and creepers have new sound effects. Slimes are temporarily removed from spawning code due to some issues with them not spawning correctly. The terrain generator got an update, including biomes. Besides just having oceans, forests, and little beaches, we now have deserts and tundra. But now let's light that pre-constructed portal from the last episode and check out the old Nether. terrifying. Interestingly, pigmen and gas at this point can still be hurt by fire and lava, so their immunity wasn't there from the get-go. Now, version 1.2.0_01, armor became temporarily useless here, and it was patched in 1.2.1_01. I know I'm probably saying these versions in a weird way, but I wasn't here for any of these. I'm just calling them 1.2. Whatever to distinct from like 1.1, which is how I remember calling it back in the day. But I was not here for until after the release version came. In version 1.2.2, pigmen and gas were granted their immunity to fire and lava. And specifically, we're going into version 1.2.2a, which is a debug version granting us a very powerful ability. We can press F4 to create nether portals. And I may have gone too far in a few places. Also, we got support for texture packs here. But the thing is, at this time, and it's going to be several updates before it gets to where a little more where we're familiar with it, you actually have to leave your world or whatever server you're in to change the texture pack. You can't just do it on the fly like you do nowadays. So it's a little annoying every time you want to change something, but I mean, it was still early on when it was released. Now we'll skip ahead to the final update of Alpha 1.2.6. The other versions were mostly bug patches and small fixes, and although this one didn't do much besides introduce the /kill command and add lava lakes to world generation, it was the last of the alpha updates. This has been a very nostalgic experience so far, despite, I've never played these originally, but it's very cool to see how the game has come this far, and there's still so much more to come. I hope you'll tune in next time when I begin the beta phase. See you then.